Fuerza Puersa Migrant Solidarity in Guelph is an all-volunteer organization that works alongside migrant workers to access health-based services and support. Fuerza means strength in the Spanish language, and Puersa means strength and support in the Filipino language. The name embodies the strength, force, and determination of workers to unite to fight for rights and respect in Canada. Fuerza Puersa works alongside grassroots organizations, service providers, and migrant workers to advocate for change to structural problems in the migrant workers' programs as they exist today. We demand justice and fair treatment for all migrant workers in the Guelph community and beyond.
Our event is about raising awareness that many migrant workers who live in our community are going to be kicked out of Canada because they've reached the end of a 4-year cap that the Government of Canada has put on the Temporary Foreign Workers Program in the low-skill pilot project. What are the changes? In 2011, the Canadian government changed the low-skill pilot project version of the Temporary Foreign Workers Program to have a 4-in and 4-year out rule. What that meant was that migrant workers that were here for a contract of 2 years to work in Canada could get it extended to 4 years. But at the end of 4 years, they're forced to leave Canada for 4 years. And the first group of migrant workers, since the law was passed in 2011, become due in April 2015. So in April 2015, lots of migrant workers under the low-skill pilot project are going to be booted from Canada. What's ridiculous about that? Well, the work continues. These workers have been here for 4 years. They've become good at that work. They have relied on that work, and their families have relied on that work. The community has relied on that work. Does it make any sense to boot them out of Canada after 4 years and have a new group come in that you can also boot out after 4 years? We say this isn't fair, and we say that this is not justice. Canada's reasons? Well, Canada says that they want to ensure that the migrant workers maintain their ties to their country. Well, Canada has many different people from all over the world who have no trouble keeping ties with their own country, even after they become Canadian citizens. Canada also says it wants to reinforce the legitimate ways of entry into Canada. Well, the truth is, Canada doesn't want to make these workers permanent. They're treating them like temporary disposable workers, and this policy of 4 in and 4 out is only to maintain the temporariness of those workers' status. It's not right. The bottom line is Canada's immigration policy has and should be focused on giving people permanent access to live in Canada, especially when they've been here to work and contribute to their communities like migrant workers in the low-skill pilot project do.
On Sunday, March 1st, join us as we walk around Guelph and visit different locations to raise awareness about the 4-in, 4-out rule. We will also have a petition that talks a little bit about what we will be asking for.
Our event is about raising awareness that many migrant workers who live in our community are going to be kicked out of Canada because they've reached the end of a 4-year cap that the Government of Canada has put on the Temporary Foreign Workers Program in the low-skill pilot project. A lot happens to people in 4 years, and a lot happens to these migrant workers in 4 years. And if the work is continuing, it's not fair to send them out of Canada after they have created their lives for the last 4 years and worked on their lives here in our community for the last 4 years. We want our community, Guelph, and we want Ontario to defend the rights of these workers to stay here beyond the 4-year cap that the Canadian government has placed for them. And our community needs them too. These workers work in our community in factories, greenhouses, farms, all kinds of jobs. This is work that keeps our community going. And this is work that also allows them to support themselves and their families. What's going to happen to them at the end of their 4 years when they all of a sudden go back to their own country and lose all of this? What's going to happen to them? Can you imagine if you've built a life for 4 years, fallen in love, created a family, gone to school, developed friends, developed relationships with the community, and you were just shipped out after 4 years because of an arbitrary government rule, we're not going to tolerate that happening in our community, in our province.
If you're in the Guelph area, consider joining Fuerza Puerza. We meet every couple Mondays at 7 p.m. in Guelph. Please forward this video, send us an email, and join us on March 1st, 2015.